Asterisk hold on to me, not the car. Those desperate words cut through the night like thunder. No one on that dark highway could have known that one choice, in one heartbeat, would bind to strangers forever. What started as a rescue turned into a story of sacrifice, love, and destiny. This is their story. Only here, on HQ, Infinite Stories. The rain was falling hard that night, the roads slick and dangerous. Liam, a single father, had just finished another exhausting night shift at a mechanic shop. His 7-year-old daughter, Ava, was already asleep at home. His reason for pushing through every burden, every sacrifice, he was used to being unseen. Just another tired man with oil-stained hands trying to make ends meet. What he didn't know was that fate was already guiding him toward the moment that would change everything. That would change everything. As Liam drove home, a black luxury sedan sped around the curve and lost control, slamming into the guardrail. Smoke rose. The horn screamed. Without hesitation, Liam pulled over. He ran toward the wreckage, shoving against twisted metal and choking on smoke. Inside, he saw her blood in her hair, fear in her eyes, hand reaching out. "Take my hand," he shouted. Her trembling fingers gripped his, but she wouldn't let go of the car. Panic made her cling to the wreckage. Flames hissed closer. That's when Liam's voice roared through the chaos. "Hold on to me, not the car." It wasn't just a command, it was a promise. She let go, trusting him, and in one pull, he carried her free, shielding her against the rain as the wreck groaned behind them. He laid her gently on the ground, never asking her name, never waiting for thanks. By the time sirens wailed closer, Liam had vanished back into the night. To him, it was just the right thing to do. To her, it became everything. Her name was Evelyn Cross, powerful CEO, untouchable to the world. Until that night, she woke in a hospital, surrounded by assistants and investors worried about her empire. But she thought only of him, the stranger whose strength had pulled her back to life. For years, Evelyn searched quietly, hiring private eyes, asking questions no one could answer. Because how could she explain it? How could a woman with wealth beyond measure admit her heart was chasing the memory of a man who disappeared? Years passed. 4, then 5, then 8, and just when hope had faded, fate spoke again. One rainy afternoon, leaving a charity event, Evelyn froze. Across the street, under the awning of a small auto shop, stood the man she had been searching for. Older now, his face lined with struggle, but still him. Still, the man who once told her to let go of fear. Beside him stood a little girl with his same eyes. Her heart twisted. He had a daughter, a life. Yet before she could think, her steps carried her across the street. Their eyes met. Recognition sparked. "You," she whispered. "I found you." Liam was stunned, torn between pride and disbelief. But slowly, through coffee conversations and hesitant steps, their worlds intertwined. She learned of his struggles as a single father, the endless night shifts, the silent battles to give Ava a better life. He learned of her loneliness at the top, how success had never filled the quiet ache in her heart. It wasn't easy. Liam wrestled with pride. How could a man who patched cars belong beside a woman who owned skyscrapers? Evelyn fought doubts of her own. Could love truly be built on more than survival and memory? But every time, fear whispered, she remembered his voice. "Hold on to me, not the car." And every time Liam wavered, he saw how Evelyn looked at Avenant with pity. But with love, there were arguments, tears, moments when he nearly walked away. But fate doesn't tie people together just to let them unravel. Slowly, Liam began to believe he was enough, not for what he had, but for who he was. And Evelyn realized she hadn't been chasing a memory for 8 years. She'd been chasing her future. Their love became something greater than romance. It was a lesson, a reminder that the greatest rescues aren't always from burning cars, but from the loneliness we keep hidden. And so, together with Evelyn's empire, Liam's quiet strength, and little Ava's laughter, they built something real. Not on wealth, not on fear, but on trust, sacrifice, and faith. Because sometimes, the voice that saves you once becomes the voice you carry forever. And sometimes, the hands that pulled you from the fire are the hands you were always meant to hold. So if you take one thing from their story, let it be this: when life crashes down, don't hold on to the wreckage. Hold on to the people who reach for you. That's where the real story begins. This was another tale from HQ, Infinite Stories, where every story reminds us of the power of love, hope, and second chances.